Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning, September 22nd, 2020. Welcome to today's episode of today's Best Stock Picks. Well, today's Tesla battery day. There's a lot of news surrounding Tesla right now. I will tell you this, both as a day trade and both as a swing trade, actively trading the stock. It checks off all the boxes. It moves. It's got consistent volatility, consistent volume. It does everything you want it to do. The only time you get into trouble with this stock is when it's not acting well and you hold it against what would be a normal stop loss. You basically put yourself in a position where you're starting to hope it comes back. Getting some emails from some people in the community here on YouTube specifically that love the stock long-term as an investment and are closing their eyes when it pulls back, hoping it moves in their favor. And look, I got to tell you, that is one bad strategy. And I'm not saying bad like good. I mean bad like not good. It doesn't matter what stock you're trading. At some point, you need to know what the trade needs to look like before you put it on. That includes a stop loss or where you might scale out of the trade and what a profitable trade looks like. So, for example, the stock just recently had a really nice bullish run heading into battery day today. And a lot of people saying, what do I do with it now? Well, that really comes down to the fact that you're not clear on whether or not you're a day trader, a swing trader, or a position trader, because the type of trading business you run will dictate the type of profits that you're going after. I know it sounds like wisdom, but it's really not. You need to get in there to know what type of profits are you looking for, because then that's going to dictate the strategy that you implement. That's going to dictate the entries, the exits, the trade management, the share size, how you add to positions. And it just breaks my heart to see talented people just closing their eyes who don't do any of that. And it can be quite expensive if and when the stock does at some point pull back in a way that is meaningful and you're just stuck frozen. So if you don't like taking losses, for lack of a way of putting that, buy puts. If you're long and you just want to stay long the stock, buy puts as insurance. They could be a little bit expensive when the stock is as volatile as Tesla, but it's better than closing your eyes and hoping that the stock comes back. That's all I want to say. I have been getting a lot of feedback from people in that situation, so I'm not even like making up a fake situation. And you can see, we're going to go over to the charts, and you can see exactly why and where that happened. So trading Tesla, let's get back to trading Tesla. Tesla opened up at or near, it closed near 450 yesterday. Had a really big spike to the downside intraday yesterday. The better trade today is over 450, looking for it to make a run at 500. It's actually set to open a little bit lower today. I guess a lot of indecision, very similar to when Apple comes out with their tech day and that kind of stuff. I still like it long. I don't see any reason to look other than long right now. But that doesn't mean I fight it. If it's well offered on the charts, if it's going down, I wait for it to bottom out, and then I look for a spot. What we have today that's unique, besides the fact that we had 5 melted candles in a row on the daily chart, which is not awesome. That's indecision. Daily candlesticks, melted candlesticks mean indecision. We are setting up today where this 450 level is a big one. So I'm looking for my next trade on a lower opening today as a day trade to start looking to build a position as long as it's above the opening price. And then looking to add over 450. If neither one of those happen, I'm going to sit back and be like, okay, not yet. And I hope that you can learn to do that as well, where you're trading when there's money laying in the corner as opposed to trading just because the market's open and you want to do something. So we're going to head over to the charts. We're going to take a look at Tesla. We're going to take a look at that setup. And then we're going to take a look at a few other ones, including Apple today, which had a very nice reversal yesterday. So first thing we look at is you can see these melted candles where there was a lot of indecision over the last 5 days, and rightly so, right? We're heading into battery day. Today it's here. So what is the trade? You can see we're actually trading lower. The futures are slightly positive, nothing to write home about. But traders, Tesla's right around 433, which is taking it kind of smack in the middle of yesterday. If you weren't trading yesterday, this is what happened yesterday. And it fought its way all the way back. And that's the part of Tesla that really requires you to trade with discipline, right? Be a professional, act like a pro. That's what we talk about in the boot camp all the time. So the lower opening doesn't faze me today. I am looking for a spot to bid intraday today, looking for that to be a longer term position. As long as it does what I want it to do, which is work its way back up to 450, add over 450, looking for 500 plus for the next level. Next trade I have is Visa. Visa just came off of all-time highs and pulled back. I really like this stock to show a reversal right now. What I want to see, though, is I want to see the stock go well bid, get back above 200, close near the highs today, and then set up a new swing trade looking towards 216. FSLY did what we're looking to Visa to do today, which was it went well bid, closed strong, and now we're looking for a new swing trade long. So the first piece of this trade is going to be up to 95, adding over 95, looking for a run at 115. Zoom just continues to outperform. It's sniffing all-time highs again and probably going to open up at or near all-time highs this morning. So is there still a trade here? Well, this is the third day of well bid in the stock. Third day today, meaning if it opens higher and trades higher, it should end up well bid. Still looking for the long. So in this case here, I actually still like the long, but I don't like it as a swing trade long anymore because the stock has essentially gone from 385 to almost 480. Actually going to open up at 472 and change this morning. That's almost $100 in 3 days. That's a big move for any stock. It is a $400 stock. I want to make it clear, I still love the long. I don't like it as a swing trade long over the next 3 to 5 days, but I'll absolutely be day trading it long until it gives me some of this kind of price action where it pulls back and gives me a better reward potential. Peloton's an interesting one. If you watched the video earlier in the week, we actually said Peloton is showing us distribution type price action where it looks like it's topping out up here. It's not the clean William O'Neill high and tight flag that we normally would want to see. And this is kind of drawing late participants to the trade here where the swings are getting wider, the swings are getting more volume, and generally speaking, that leads to a top. Now, a top is not going to be confirmed until it trades below 80. Just be aware of that type of price action and determine whether or not you want to be long a new trade up at these levels. Next, we have CRWD. Took out the last 2 weeks of price action with room to go to 150. So we had a really good trade above today's opening price, above yesterday's high, looking for a 152 target. NVTA, not NVIDIA, NVTA, has now really flagged beautifully while the market's seen some selling, held above this breakout level, which was 36, pausing here very nicely, looking to initiate the first piece of a swing trade between 38 and 40. Stop loss would be below 38 on a new swing trade. Best case scenario, you're looking to get a higher opening here, which it looks like we're going to get. Cleanest trade would be above yesterday's high. The swing trade for a longer term position where you're not looking for the exact spot would be somewhere between 38 and 40. I personally like to enter my swing trades when they're moving in my favor, so I prefer above yesterday's high, but the stock has room to go as well. Apple, let's talk Apple. Apple had a beautiful bullish U-turn yesterday. And again, if you watched yesterday's video, it's very clear that the first time it looks like a bull market is reversing, that first time to the downside typically fails. And that's what we're seeing in a lot of these stocks. So it's a pretty interesting phenomenon that is just born out of my experience where you don't want to be the first one short selling because those typically find last minute buyers and we go back up to the upside. It's a question of whether we get follow through. How do we know we're going to get follow through? You want to see well bid candlesticks, higher highs, higher lows. We saw that in FSLY. We're looking for that same follow through today in Apple. Touch quickly on some of these other larger cap popular tech stocks. Microsoft also had a reversal. Facebook had a reversal, but really nothing. There's no trade there yet. That's my point. Microsoft is actually an inside day. Maybe you could say that volatility. APPS actually trading into an inside day, holding the pause at new levels, closing above the open with consistency. I like this as a new swing trade long now that it's paused for a few days up here. SE is another one that actually is now perched. You can see, you can actually see my alert set right here that didn't trigger yet. I'm looking for it to trigger right around 150, 150 in that area, looking for a retest of 160 for a nice swing trade. And rounding out today's trades, excuse me, is PayPal went well bid yesterday, right on the cusp of breaking this 2-week downtrend, looking to initiate a new swing trade here and a possible run right back up to 200. So we got a decent list of stocks longs today. Tesla obviously trading it. We outlined that scenario right there. Apple had a nice bullish reversal. I really want to see in some of those trades that went well bid yesterday. If you're not sure what well bid is, watch today's Stocks for Breakfast where I talk about the smart money. Once you get those well bid candlesticks, you start to get follow through, and that's where trading becomes a little bit easier. And those are the trades that are easier to manage. So they're easier to find, easier to manage, and a lot less stress. You don't have all this gray hair. So if you have any questions, let me know. Leave some feedback. Oh, absolutely subscribe to the channel. And if you want to trade together in real time, click down and learn more about the bootcamp. If you have any questions, or if you have some outstanding results you'd like to share with the world, leave that in the comments as well too. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day, everybody.